And you did it in a little town in Pennsylvania.
Well, I was. I was the first mayor in the country to pass an ordinance dealing with illegal immigration. It was back in 2006. The Illegal Immigration Relief Act punished businesses who knowingly hired illegal aliens. Since then, the state of Arizona had used the language of our ordinance. We were sued by the ACLU. 36 lawyers sued us on behalf of the plaintiffs who were in the country illegally. They were admitted illegal aliens. During the court case, the illegal aliens had asked the judge if their identities could be kept confidential from the city they were suing and from the public, which he granted. We were not allowed to ask their names.
Unbelievable.
They then asked the judge if they could be excused from showing up at the trial because they did not want to go to a federal courthouse out of fear of being deported, which he granted. I never saw our accusers. I don't even know if these people are real. We didn't see them. The judge ruled in their favor. We have appealed to the Supreme Court, which we should be hearing any time now.
Oh, my.
But since that time, many cities across the United States, at one point there were over 60 cities who were proposing the Hazleton Ordinance.
One of them, Tim O'Hare from Farmers Branch, Texas, yes.
I've been in touch with them, and they've been in touch with me, and I've been following what was happening there. But this fight, obviously, I tried to do it on a local level and brought the issue to the forefront nationally. But this is where it needs to be fixed. And, I have the opportunity now. I have a bigger megaphone to come here, and they told me that, actually I came down before I passed the ordinance. I came down and met with the Department of Justice in December of 2005, told them about the problem, asked for help. They were very kind to me, and at the end of the meeting, they gave me a nice coffee mug, a lapel pin, a pat on the back, and good luck, Mayor. And I realized that Washington is not going to help, and we need to, again, to bring this issue back to the forefront because we have many Americans out of work with unemployment over 9%. This is an issue that is affecting health care, it's affecting jobs, it's affecting the economy, this is where it needs to get done.
He is the former mayor of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, Louis J. Barletta, joining us on the Wells Report. He was the mayor last time we spoke. He is now the congressional representative from the 11th District of Pennsylvania. Tell us about that. When you decided you ran for the Congress and you won.
Well, it was interesting because when I did what I did for the city of Hazleton, the ACLU told me that I would never get elected again, that they would get me at election time, and I ran for my third term as mayor, and I won with over 90% of the vote.
Well, there you go.
So it didn't work, but, I realized that Washington is broken, and it's not listening to the American people. You could see what's going on here right now, the battles that we are involved in. Hopefully we can bring some common sense to the folks down here and change the culture of Washington.
How much Tea Party support did you get?
I got quite a bit, especially on my stance with illegal immigration, realizing that I wasn't afraid to stand up and fight for the American people. My district that I ran was 2-1 Democrat. I am a Republican, and I beat a 26-year incumbent by over 9 percentage points. So it just shows that if you're not afraid to stand up and you'll fight for the people that you're going to represent, it doesn't matter what party you're in. That's what America's looking for right now.
There's no doubt about it. And so now you find yourself in Capitol Hill. Now it's more than just immigration, although that's a huge issue. And just as you've said, bringing it back to the foreground is where it needs to be. But you're also involved in an amazing fight as one of the freshman Republicans trying to get this behemoth government to stop spending money that they don't have.
They have piled mountains of debt on our children and grandchildren. This is not a problem because Washington taxes too little. It's a problem because Washington spends too much. And we're taking the checkbook off them, the credit cards, and that's what we would do at home. They can't spend money they don't have. And I'm very proud to be here and take this fight up right now because it's about time. American people have had enough. I've had enough. And we're going to put this country back on fiscal solid ground.
Congressman Ryan has been putting this together, and the plan, we went over it yesterday. I found out since then that we're going to have to extend the debt limit several times in the future, which bugs me. Also in that plan, there isn't much said about what's going on with Social Security, but at least someone started the process. What distresses me is that the budget doesn't get balanced until 2050. I mean, that's how much debt we're in, and it's just incredible.
It is incredible, and you know, Congressman Ryan, he talked to the conference about the budget that we're rolling out, and we can get there sooner, but that would mean affecting seniors today, and nobody wants to pull the rug out from underneath.
We can't.
You know, we just can't do it. However, the fact that we are changing this culture and we will be putting this country back on course, you will see the economy pick up because people will know we're serious. And you know, the thing that commercial that made the most impact for me is, I don't know if you saw the commercial with the Chinese professor talking to the class.
Yes, now they work for us.
Right, and then everyone starts laughing at the same time. And listen, that's not so far-fetched if we don't reverse this course that we're on, and that's exactly what we're doing with this new budget. And you know, I'm just I talked in the campaign about I became a grandfather, and you know, we would be the first generation that would not be leaving the next generation a better opportunity. And I would not be able to face my grandson, and when I had an opportunity to do something, and to say that I did nothing. And so I am very proud to be here right now, tackling these very tough issues and putting America back on so that my little grandson and all the other grandchildren and the next generation will have that better opportunity.
Congressman Louis Barletta is our guest on the Wells Report here on News Talk 660 K-Sky. A lot of us out in the sticks are concerned about Republican leadership. There is a difference between a Tea Party Republican and an old line Republican, and we are nervous that there are deals being struck. For example, we heard last week that the possibility did exist that Republican Party leadership in the House was courting moderate Democrats for support in an effort to go around Tea Party members. Have you heard anything about that? Can you comment about it?
Well, you know, I haven't heard that, but, you know, I believe that, you know, we, in the Republican side, and I could tell you this from my 3 months working together with all of the other members here, we all have the same goal. Some of us want to get there sooner than others, and others, you know, may want to throw a Hail Mary past the score right away, but the bottom line is that everyone on this team has the same goal. And so any conflicts you may hear really is because there may be arguments on how soon to get there and when to get there and when to strike. But we're arguing about cutting, and that's a wonderful argument.
Isn't that great?
Right now.
You're exactly right. Last thing, the federal debt limits. What's going to happen with that?
Well, you know, I for one, I can only speak for myself, and I said this during the campaign. I am not willing to raise the debt limit unless I have some guarantees and caps. And we will never put America back in this place again. I looked at it like this: if my wife or my children went out and charged all this merchandise to us, and you got the bill, what would you do? What you would do is pay the bill and take the darn credit card off them and the checkbook off them and make sure it never happens again. And that's the way I'm going to look at this as well. I didn't cause this problem, but I sure as heck am going to try to get us out of it.
So I'm thinking we met you when you were a mayor. Now you're a congressman. The next time we see you in a couple of years, you could be a senator, then the president. Is that what is that basically the way? So in other words, your future is inextricably connected